Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Ronan Time HD. So yeah, this is going to be a great time. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ticket Tuesday. I'm your host, Ronan Time HD, and today we watched Till, the historical drama about the murder of Emmett Till, which took place in 1955. And this is obviously a more informative film, so you're not supposed to enjoy it like any other film. You're supposed to be more informed by it. And I would say it quite struck a chord with me, and it informed me about a lot of things, especially about a case that I had no idea about. And I quite liked the film because of what it did. For what it's trying to go for. I think it did pretty good with that, and it was quite very powerful and very, very impactful, the way the story was told, and I quite liked it because of that. And but I'll tell you why I like this film and how it was impactful back at the house.
This was my boy, Emmett Till.
The body of Emmett Lewis Till has been found dead.
Can I at least just fix him up a bit?
No, they have to see it for themselves.
You tell me, Mamie, how is risking your life gonna help them?
Those pictures of your son change people's lives.
I can't look, baby. We have to. The lynching of my son has shown me that what happens to any of us, anywhere in the world, had better be the business of us all.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ticket Tuesday. I am your host, Ronan Time HD, and this time we watched Till, the educational historical drama about the murder of Emmett Till. It takes place in the year 1955 and is about the civil rights movement. And honestly, the film, I'm going to just jump right into it. I think the film was very impactful and it had a lot of powerful imagery within it. And I think it did pretty good at, giving them the message and showing, the time. How do I describe it? Showing us the time period, how the law system didn't give a shit, they barely cared. And it was honestly, I hated, a lot, I don't know. It really made you hate the killers and the people that, helped with the murder of this teenager. And it really, and it also was really fucked up, because at the end of the movie, they say that the murderers and the people who were responsible for the murder got away with it. The woman, I forgot her name, but she was responsible for it. She never got prosecuted for it, but the two murderers were prosecuted, but they got away with it. They were presumed not guilty, and they even admitted a year later that they did it, and they got away scot-free. And it really, the movie ends on a really, bittersweet, maybe not even bittersweet, a really somber note. Obviously, civil rights movement, all that, but there's also the Emmett Till anti-lynching movement was passed this year, and it's how the fuck does it take you that long to pass something that should have been passed a long time ago? And it's obviously this boy was lynched. There's no doubt about it. This boy was lynched. How was this law not passed 40, 50, 60 years ago? I don't get it. I mean, it's cool that the act is passed, but it should have been passed a long time ago is what I'm saying. Also, I don't know, there was a lot of scenes in the movie that made me kind of uncomfortable. This movie was obviously very sad because on what it's about. And there was a lot of crying scenes, which was also pretty sad. You really felt bad for the family of this boy, and it really shows you how it's even more sad, as I said earlier, how the people that killed him got away with it. It also shows that they were never given justice that they should have been given, and it really sucks. I bet there were a bunch of cases like this back then too, where a boy like him got murdered, and the guys who murdered him got away with it. I bet this is not the only story, obviously, not the only story back then. And it just, I don't know, man. It's just like really, it's like, you know. This film made me uncomfortable, and not to say I didn't like it. I think the message really struck a chord, but I feel like usually when I do these kind of reviews, I don't really review emotional impact. Obviously, I review impact films. I don't really review emotional films like these, so it's kind of hard to talk about it. And me trying not to like joke around like I usually do, I'm gonna try to talk about it as respectfully as I can without trying to make a joke of the movie. It's a serious topic that I don't think people should joke about, especially since it affected and still does affect quite a few people. I think also I don't know, I just think that the main character, obviously the mother of Emmett, I think she's quite a likable main character. Like, you really feel for her in the situation that she's in, and you really want to see her, like, you know, win the court case, which obviously she doesn't, which is pretty sad, and it is a very sad moment. And I honestly, I knew she was gonna lose, because I know that's like what it was like back then, and I don't know, just like the anticipation, like all the build up, just knowing she was gonna lose just felt even more depressing, you know? It's like all the work they're putting into this case and all that, they're getting the witnesses, was all for nothing. And it really does suck that it just, I don't know, it just really is terrible. Honestly, this whole situation is terrible. Like, the movie, I think, also makes you really feel bad for the boy as well, Emmett, because he was just an innocent teenager, he just tried to be nice, and then he got killed for it. So, yeah. Life sucks, dude. Like, he's about the same age as me. And I'm not saying that I could be in the same position as him, obviously. But imagining a teenager who is, like, innocent, full of joy, just being killed for just being himself is pretty fucked up. And the ending message of the movie where as I said, I keep mentioning this, but I just can't get over how fucked up it is that the people that killed him completely got away with it, even after admitting it. And they were even paid thousands of dollars, and they got away with it. That is incredibly fucked up. They lived their entire lives as free men. And I doubt that was the only person they killed. I bet they've killed a lot more. But it's just, I don't know. I just feel like this movie really was, as I said, impactful. It really drove home the message. And I think the movie was great at doing that. I thought it was great. And also, I think another thing I want to mention, the soundtrack really also helped with that. Like, the intense, stressful, like really filled with the dread soundtrack really helped with the tone of the movie. Also, the violin. There was, like, most of the songs were a violin, and I think also the violin really drove the sense of depression, pretty much. Like, all the sad, like, just a bunch of sad shit happening. I think the film really had a lot of strong suits. I think it was pretty strong. I enjoyed it. I was informed by it. I don't want to say I enjoyed it. I want to say I was informed by it. I think that's a better word. I mean, if you're, like, at all interested in the history of the civil rights movement or stuff like that, I think you would quite be interested to see this movie. I think it is a very interesting, very informational watch. I recommend it for fans of history, or those who want to be informed or, like, wish to see more info about the civil rights movement, or are interested, I don't know, maybe not that right word. Maybe you're, like, interested in history of the civil rights movement or just history in general. I recommend this movie to those. If you're looking for, like, a good, fun time with your friends, obviously, this movie's not for you. This is like a sad, impactful movie, so if you're looking for that kind of experience, I'd recommend it. So, I think I'd get to the rating. I think I'd rate this film like a... I don't know if I'm being too generous, but I feel like I might give it like an 8, maybe. I think an 8 out of 10 is good. So, you know, I think I've said my piece. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you liked it. Subscribe, turn notifications on, share with your friends, comment down below how much you liked it. I've been Runtime HD, signing off.